you are 100%, not relationship, but work, colleague, every 100%. The things you'll be doing, I'll be ticking. 10, you are 19 now, 17 now, 16 now, 15 now, 14 now, 20 now. No. That's how I see everybody in my life. Everybody that comes to my life, you have 100% score. Come and tell me you're an arm robber, I'll give you 100. If you never steal from me, never. But I'll be ticking the boxes. Till you get to the number that I know is fail. Then I begin to believe people. My wife tells you, it's difficult you believe people. I say, no, everybody has opportunity. Give to the person and watch the person. Jesus said what? We should what? Watch and pray. Pastor Franklin.
Hello. Yeah, I wanted to add something to what you were saying. This is practical experience. When I married my wife, beginning, things were, that time, yeah, a lot of, I have money. So everything that she asks. So it get to a point, we get to some situation, you call me, are you Mahama or Akufo-Addo or whatever it is? It was comparing me with the president. Whenever they are coming in, they are doing campaign. They pay a lot. They have money. They blow the money, everything that he can draw from his car and come and eat with you, everything. But when you get it and you know that now you've done everything is okay, you relax. That is it. You relax. So she was comparing me with them, how they are doing their campaign. As soon as they come on power, they get everything. They relax. So she was trying to tell me I'm relaxing. So in that situation, if the lady is able to stay with you for a long and he can understand the situation that you are in, everything, and you can go hand in hand with her, then it becomes normal with you. And then, but some ladies, whenever things go down like that, they don't agree because they expect us it's what's in the beginning should be the same as it is now, and the changes has come. So see how the marriage will start blowing off here and there. So that thing you need to, whenever you are going into marriage, you need to take that factor into consideration to know that though you are doing this, you are doing that, in times like this, you don't have to do, you are planning for other things. Your needs has increased. So you need to drop some of the things that it was flashy things that you keep on doing and do what is ahead of you. Would the lady accept, would he or the guy will accept to be with you in your line, your plan as you want to go? Yeah, that is all.
Thank you. Pastor Ima, hold on. Let's Mommy. You want to ask something?
Please. I'm very sorry.
No,
please.
you come to you.
Because of what he's saying, that's why.
Maybe this question also trigger another question. We'll give you the opportunity to make it one question. We have to also synchronize everything.
Okay.
Mommy, so please.
Praise the Lord. I think I've had Pastor Ma. I've also had quite a few things. For me, I think one of the things that we need, when I was young, I would say when I was very young, I think we don't sometimes listen. We don't watch. And that's where a lot of us goes wrong. A lady once told me, I remember, I think I was 18, and we used to live in Labo Grove, going down these areas, and she asked me, I said I was 25. She looked at me and she said, the time will come that even when they ask you your age, you won't be able to tell them because you're shy. I've never forgotten that. Never. And one of the things that why a lot of marriages fail, we don't have patience. We don't have understanding. Because I listen to what you're saying. I listen to what Pastor Edwin is saying. Patience, understanding goes a very long way. And the other thing again is that a lot of people want changes. You cannot change whether you're a man, whether you're a woman. Back home where I come from, they call it 7 years each. Your marriage, whether you're dating, whether you are married, whether you're divorced, No relationship work from that day one up to between 5 and 7 years. It's right what he's saying. After the 7 years, no matter what, whether you have kids or not, that's when you start seeing the true partnership between the couple. Because we women, we love money. We love gifts. We love gifts, we love money. And for me, I think when I came to this country, my mom, my sisters, and everybody was here, I was more determined to make something. I wanted something, my own house, my own business, my own this, my own that. So I was very, very hardworking. When I met my husband, I've already bought my house, my 2-bedroom flat and everything, and then sold it, then buy a house. But the important thing was, we had sort of a plan. You do this, you pay the mortgage, I do the house, and I do the bills, I do the shopping for the house. It works. But at the end of the day, both of you got to be compatible. You got to understand. But women like to keep their own money. The men like to keep their own money. But you got to be compatible. You got to share. You got to share. If you don't share, you find out that you get to a point like what he's saying about that the wife. The wife, she knew she had done something. She built her own life. So by the time she got married, she expected whatever the man was doing at the time to go on. But what she did not expect was for the man to use the money that she kept. But if they had had that relationship, say, well, okay, I work £1,000 a month, you work £1,000 a month, you do this, I do that. It's compatible. It will never go wrong. But the mere fact you want to have your own account, that person have you can have your own account, that one could have your own account. But have the part where you two have that understanding, relationship. A long time ago, a lady told me, said, when you're annoyed, don't talk. This was about maybe 20, 25 years ago. Don't talk. He said, count to 10. So when I'm annoyed, even with my children, I'm going. I count. Honestly, it works. Because by the time you get to 10, you relax. You begin to have second thoughts. Yes. So even my sons, even Michael said, "You're counting, mommy." I said, "Yes." I said, "Yes, I'm counting." But it works. Because when you have a hot temper, when you have something that you put aside, like the lady did, she could have handled it in a different way. Maybe the way she behaved in front of the bishops and everything wasn't necessary. What she's done there, she's actually showed her real self. But that wasn't her real self. That was the devil working. But because of the anger and bitterness, by the time she realizes, now tell me, do you think that marriage will ever be the same again? No. Because the bishop or the pastor, they've actually seen something else in her. And the husband have seen something else in her. And then what happened? It's just sort of hanging on. The husband might forget, but she wouldn't forgive. So for me, in relationship, we need to be able to control our temper. You need to understand the other person. Nobody is 100%. Nobody. You are not 100%. Your wife-to-be is not 100%. But the mere fact you start working together, And the other thing again, as Pastor Edwin was saying, when you work together, you build together. When you come and meet somebody that's got everything, you are in trouble. When my husband divorced me, I wasn't thinking of anything so fine. But what happened 20 years later? Fred, you have to sell the house. I said, but what do you mean I have to sell the house? We bought this house together. I sold my two-bedroom flat. Please, fair enough. You're supposed to be paying the mortgage and the council tax. I did everything else in the house. Fair enough. And when I sold my flat, because the interest rate was low, I lost almost 20,000 pounds extra. So when I got my place, I put it towards the mortgage. But that wasn't the point, what I'm trying to say. His intention at the time was after 25 years, you sell the house, you go your way. You go your way. That was his intention. That was his intention. But I was in love, I cared, I do this, I do that. And sometimes I said, well, let's have a bank account together. Let's put this in there, no, you keep yours, I keep mine. But I was young, I didn't care. Because I was able to put money aside because I know what I wanted. But if you have, like, learning and planning, you build together. And when you build together, you understand the other person. Lady Sarah, understand him. Talk. It's not going to make anything. If she start counting to 10, what she's doing now, you find out the whole relationship, happiness. And if you are in a relationship, you are not happy. You have the fear. You're always worried. It's not a relationship. It got to be compatible.
Thank you very much. Okay.
My question.
Pastor Emma, you give it to you. We'll come to your question. Don't worry.
Hallelujah.
Because I want to finish this section. Mama Cynthia, get prepared. And Pastor, you to get prepared. Get prepared for your question. I need your question. So I'll finish this side, then I'll go to this side.
I think it was a blessing that we allowed Mama Frida to speak first because she hit on the points where
You were going to,
I was about to share, almost about to share.
People have missed this service.
Yeah.
Mama Frida, thank you.
Mama Frida, this
I've
was
picked
really,
a lot.
really
Now
inspiring.
counting to 10.
Really, really inspiring.
Count
Please
to 10.
be
I've
giving
added
the
it
youth,
to my parchment.
some advice after church, because it's really deep. I really learned a lot. So what I will share on top of what Mama Frida said is that sometimes, if you go with love without the mind, you might miss certain red flags, like you said, Pastor Emmanuel. If you sometimes I have this where I say, go with your mind. Sometimes first, see how it is. Go with as a friend, become their friend. See if you can be compatible. Look ahead of you 5 years time and look at your character. See if this person where I am can push me or can pull me back or can keep me where I am. Ask yourself these questions before you even enter into the relationship. And when you enter, when you enter the relationship, now the next step is, can you tie the knot? Now that question, I remember I heard some advice that when I was young, and I remember this statement. The person said, Bismarck, if you ask yourself, am I ready for marriage, it means you're not ready. If you ask yourself every time, am I ready to marry, then it means you're not ready. Build yourself up, read the books about relationships, listen to people, and there will be a time where you will know. Once you know, you will know. That was the best advice. And when I knew that I wanted to get married, I knew straight away. And it was more like I married someone who is compatible because I'm more of a person who, I can be an extrovert. So I married someone who is a little bit introvert. Yeah, but all the same, I don't want to go too deep in how. Pastor Emmanuel, come for details, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, but what I want to share is understanding, one. If you're asking yourself, am I ready? Am I ready? It means you're not ready yet. Take a step back, you know, build yourself up in terms of the knowledge and understanding about relationships. If I don't know how, you know, some of my clients, they ask me, Biz, you know, this relationship, because I did a long distance and it worked. Some people do a long distance and it does not work. And so now if I'm in the gym and she's doing a 9 shift, and we don't even see each other for 3 days, it's like our love was built on a long distance that we know, we understand each other. And I train very pretty ladies, so people are like, how do you cope? You know, your wife is here and then you have these temptations, but you never, you know, you never give in. And yeah, so when I am there and she's there, the compatibility is very, very key. Yeah.
Very important. Thank you very much. Mama Cynthia, please. Okay, we'll come back if you have something to share.
Like question.
I haven't got much to say, but anyway. Yeah, I've just listened to all the our brothers and sisters, what they've said. And most of what they've said is true. Because when I was much younger, I use myself as an example. I look for what I like. I like tall men and handsome men. Because, yeah, because I remember when I met Bella's dad. It was in a party, and yeah, and he was giving some eyes and stuff like that, and he was very tall. He was standing at the corner and very handsome. Yeah, and it didn't mean that I was not dating some other people, but immediately I saw him, I just fell in love with him. But it's like love at first sight, which is not good. And it's a lesson because my mother told me, when my mother first saw him, he said to me, oh, Cynthia, is this the person? But because she is a mother and she's got experiences. And you don't judge the book by the cover. Don't think that the guy is tall and handsome, so therefore he is everything that you need in a man. So my mother warned me, but young as I was, I just let it just pass through the years and go on the other side, and I carry on my own thing. And I think what we should look for, we should not look for handsome or beauty. We should look for character. Because if it's going to be a relationship that is going to go that far, you need something, or you need someone that you understand and compatible. You know, you don't need someone that will come today and go tomorrow, because that was how I ended up my life with this person. And I didn't know who he was. We just fell in love, and within 3 months I became pregnant. And that was when I started seeing the true color of this person, because maybe he was not ready for a child or whatever it is. And I was not ready as well, because I thought we would maybe just continue our relationship and go far with it. But it's like pregnancy just came in, and he was living in his own apartment, and I was living with my mom. I think I was living with, I think I left Frida's house. I can't remember again. Because I was living with my mom, and I went to Frida, and I think I left Frida's house because I want freedom. And I ended up living with him when I became pregnant. And by then I started seeing who he is. And by then it was too late, because I cannot, I cannot deal with the situation anymore. I had to keep on with him, trying to see whether he will change and stuff like that. He was very, very aggressive, and yeah, very aggressive. That was when I noticed that this is not for me. But I couldn't go back to my mother, because she did warn me and I did not listen. So I took the ball into my own court and tried to live my life on my own. I didn't go by my sister, because I know she's got her own issues as well. And my mother was worried about me though, because for me to live on my own with the pregnancy and stuff like that, she was not comfortable with it. But I felt that I can manage it on my own, try to think that I'm old enough to be able to look after myself And that was what I did. I did it on my own, and after the baby came and he came back to live with me, oh my God, and that was when I saw hell. And that was when I saw hell. And yeah, I think what we should look in a relationship, we should try to know the person, understand the person before we go deeply into it. And if not, then you get yourself in a mess wherein you won't be able to come out on. And if you do come out, it will be a stigma. It will be something that is a flashback. You start thinking about the past. But to be honest, Bella Dad came some few times now, came around and said, wow, you've done it. I say, oh yeah, what do you think? I was proud of myself because I did it all by myself without him. And he was proud of me as well because he came and he saw the way I lived, and it was all by myself and my own doing. And I'm still doing it. So, he was really, really amazed, and he regretted what happened in the past, and I could see that he's communicating with the daughter and wanted to make it up, but then I said, no, I know your character, so, we've been out of this relationship for many years now, so it's not like you're going to twist me around. So, you can see your daughter, you can communicate with her, but we're not going down that line anymore. Because, I did not listen. If I did listen, I would not have fallen into this. But if you think that you are strong enough as a woman to take up your responsibility when you don't listen to your parents, well, it was a gamble I took. It was a really, really hard gamble I took because I didn't know I could make it, not that I could go this far. And when he came and he saw me, he looked at me up and down. He could not believe what he saw. And then I just looked at him, I just shook my head. And he has regretted it, though, he has. But we are not going down that line anymore. So, it's an advice to the young men and the young girls. And I'm even advising my daughter as well. I said to her, I told her in this presence when he came, I said, why were you so horrible to me? Then when I told my daughter everything that happened because Bella wanted to know. And when I asked the question in his presence, I just watched at Bella on the other side of the sitting room. And Bella was saying that I demanded an answer. But he couldn't answer. He couldn't answer because he was not expecting that it would be that day for a question to come up like that. And I was proud of myself because I'm not the mother or whatever it is that he came to see. He came to see a different person and a person that is well responsible. And it's a lesson for a young man or a young woman. If you think that you can handle a situation without a man or without a woman, you should be able to stand tall and be able to fit into your shoes, that you know that you can call back. Otherwise, it will be a sign to your children that, or not even your children or someone that is very close to you, that you are not capable of looking after yourself, neither your children. So, everything boils down to understanding. If you understand yourself, if I've gone that far, if our relationship had gone that far for us to understand each other, then I don't think I would have stayed with him. But within 3 months, I was just tied down, and that was it. So it's a lesson. Don't judge the book by the cover. Don't think you're looking for a handsome girl or a handsome woman, and you fall a prey, and then they use that against you. You should be wise and look and listen for an advice as we are talking now. So you will all learn a lot. Amen.
Thank you very much. Okay. Pastor Emma, you...
Okay, my last question, then the rest will come in. My
yes,
last
make
question.
it brief.
One, yeah. It's
One.
very brief and precise.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at all the experience, especially what you said, something like the character. You
Yeah.
said you are only knowing the person like just 30% of it. You are going to know more about the person, the 70% when you enter. If I'm right with what you said.
Yes.
So I'm trying to ask that. Then, is maturity on every aspect or on every level of maturity? Is it important? Let me say, do you have to mature
Mama V,
before you enter the relationship, or you can enter anyway and build your maturity? I want to know, because since you are saying you cannot know all the character before you enter into the relationship, do you have to build your maturity, and do you have a standard you have to reach, or you can just enter and you just build your maturity together? That's my question.
So, okay, Mama Frida will answer that question. He needs more, so let Mama Frida answer.
Maturity is important.
Pastor Iman, please.
But you could meet a very young lady that is very matured. You could meet a middle-aged person that is very matured or not matured. It depends your instincts. It depends your relationship. It depends on your closeness. It also depends on the way you feel. It's love. I know love comes in a lot of different ways. But if you love someone, you really, really love someone, like what Bismarck was saying, distance. That person is not there, but you trust that person. You miss that person. Your heart is longing for that person. You know. It's not like meeting somebody or the person gone to work and no. It's gradual. Maturity is gradual. Always remember that.
Okay, because
So
you see,
to-
I used a word like
Okay, I
no,
understand you. I
like
understand your
on
question.
all-
With
on-
all.
like for example, some
Maturity-
people don't know how to even handle money.
Okay, so maturity comes in diverse ways.
Okay.
You can have maturity in money, maturity in how to handle the marital bed, maturity in how to communicate, maturity in age. Age is a maturity does not come by age. You can have somebody who is 40 years, but the brain on how to assimilate things will be like 20 or 15 years person. So maturity is not the number of age you've accumulated over the period of time, but it's the number of experience, the number of knowledge you've built and practically putting it into practice over the period of time that makes you a mature person or not. So there are certain part of it you grow in it. But you need the minimum maturity as a man. What Bismarck said that when you are ready for marriage, I'm telling you, you will know you are ready. When I got to the arrival point, nobody told me. I never said to my partner, I want to marry, I will marry. No, I never said it. The year I said I want to marry, that same year we got married. I never promised anything. I can come and say, no, can we please, can you stay a bit far a bit? I want to be a man. And then she will listen to me and go and talk. You see, she talk for a period, and then myself, I'll go back and see. But when I arrived at the point, I looked at so many reasons. I know, I'm matured to start a marital life. Relationship, I was in it. But marriage, for that level, when I arrived there, I knew. And at that point, you notice that you'll be falling into so many temptations. Issues will be coming. This person will bring this issue. Oh, not that you tied, you didn't tie well. When the issue started popping up a little, then you notice that you'll be pushing yourself to that point. And when that point comes, your instincts will tell you. The rest of the things, we all grow in it and we knew them. We grew in it and we knew them. So don't think about growing in your sexual life, financial life, and everything before you know, though, hey, you are not Captain America. You get it? Yes. This.
That's wonderful, Pastor Edwin. I think you said what I wanted to say, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's more like once you go in it, the understanding. What knowledge do you have? What knowledge are you equipped with? Before I got married as well, I was listening to sermons upon sermons about relationships, and trying to build trying to see the mistake. One of the learning that we can all do is to learn from other people's mistakes and then to correct ours. So we can all learn from. We don't praise somebody to fall, but you know that this person fell in this area, so I'm not gonna go to that area. Or when I go there, I will know how to mechanize my way, to solve the issue. So yeah, maturity, I think it comes a lot with experience and other people's experience. Experience as in what you've gone through when you were young. Experience as in what you've heard other people's experience, what you've read. So all of that comes into maturity. And yeah, your question as in, do you need to be mature to go into? I think there is a level of maturity, and I think your maturity, what you're looking for, is responsibility. Like that responsibility is a very key word. As in, I remember I've been looking after my siblings for a very long time. Almost over 12 years. Our father is not there. So I remember that me having the responsibility, and for someone to be called matured, for Isaac Jr. to become a matured person, he needs to be able to accept responsibility, and for him to know that, okay, if I can accept responsibility, it means that I am ready. For example, when the children, they all go to school, you go to A levels, and when you get to university, they will now call you matured. If you go against the law, you'll be what's the word? You'll be tried in the court, the big court. You'll be tried, in the juvenile court. So maturity, responsibility is very key. So I think that's the answer I'll give you, is responsibility. Being able to accept responsibility and know that, okay, if I'm wrong in a relationship, I need to own up. It's my responsibility. I need to do this. And it's my Ghana Mokano, I said to do this. I'll ask the question for Eric.
Pastor Frank,
Eric says
you add it to Eric's own.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now,
so
he will not ask, so I'll ask for him, please. He will never ask. And this is
Eric,
a
if you
good
don't
point.
ask a question,
It's
that
a
means
good
you're a
point.
suspect in the
Please,
church.
he's asking that.
Because everybody.
How do we choose between two partners? And it's a very genuine,
Yes, it's true.
question.
We all
How
have been
do
to
we
that position of
choose?
confusion.
How do
you choose
date
between
two people, or how do we choose? Not dates, but how do we choose?
Okay, Pastor Franklin, you do your own and do with it, and we'll come back to you. Also help him how to choose between two ladies. So you also help us to deal with that question. Yes.
Yeah, hallelujah. The radius. We thank God. We thank God. What I was going to say is not that, but
Eric, sit down.
I'll just fuse what Bismarck asked me to wait. But in marriage, you need to be matured before you get married. Mature in every aspect of life. What I'm emphasizing is on the spiritual aspect. The man that you are going to marry.
Or the woman.
Or the woman that you are going to marry. Some people are suffering here and there in the spiritual aspect. Some are marrying spirits. Some are some are having some spiritual aspect behavior in aspect of their life, their home, everything that they do. Some masturbate, but though they marry, though they are Christian, in their closet place, they do all sorts of things. And it's spiritual, the spirit way, and family aspect also. The witches and the wizard in the family and everything. Because you are going to marry, they are going to put their hand together, join together. So you need to have descending spirit to grow in spiritual aspect before you can get into. As you enter into marriage and you suffer here and there, everything about your life, you'll be suffering here and there because you didn't go into it. Because you've married someone who is marrying spirit. And what that is going on is a whole lot. So you need to think and pray hard, and God should give you the spirit that lady or the man possesses. Is it a good spirit or a bad spirit? Though we are Christian, but within us, some spirit that people possesses or that possesses them, it do count a lot. So If you are not matured and you just entered and you don't have descendants to go into it and to know, so you think, oh, the lady is good, everything, but when you go into it, when God opens your eyes, you see a lot of things about her that you need to pray, you need to deal with before you enter into it. As you mess up your life, your whole marriage will be like a mess that you are entering. So you need to mature. Choosing among the two of them, this one too comes into it. You need to pray hard, and God should give you direction on a path, a spirit that the lady or the guy possesses. Is it good one or bad one? And how is it going to affect their marriage? Even the family aspect, two family aspect. Because some family, we don't do this there. Some families, we don't have this there. A whole lot of some family issues, spiritual aspect in it. So when you fall into it, you are, some family, say when they're married, the man dies. So you don't know. You don't pray. You've seen you living a good life here and there. It's a church member, so you just fall into it. You'll be praying as soon as you hear your heart and everything will be. You'll be praying here. You'll be suffering here, and if you don't take care, truly you'll die, because that is what they are putting to them. I don't know. Some they say some also bought. The family went to buy that thing, so they will get money. So they exchange this thing with their husband with money. Those things do count. So whenever you are thinking of marriage, think about spiritual aspect, the person, spirit that the lady or the guy possesses, and it do count a lot. That is what I can. So
Thank
you
you
can
very
choose
much.
among them.
So please help us. He said how to choose between two partners, just as it starts with a bit of advice. So you want to ask some additional? Lady B will be coming here. They will be moving forward like this. Okay. So please tell Mr. Stan, I'll be coming to you after your wife.
Then you have to take
So, first you have to hear from God. Is he the right person for me? That's what I did. You have to listen from God. You can't go to a relationship by your own understanding. And it will always go wrong. If you walk out in your own brain and do things, it doesn't work like that, because God has a plan for us. He knows what's best for us. And he knew that which parents he can brought us to this world, who can look after us, and he know who's going to look after us very well when we get married. And I think it's the main thing, you have to listen from God before you go into a marriage, not relationship, but a marriage. You definitely have to listen from God. And also you have to have a little understanding that you know the character you are, who who you can handle for a certain extent. Like for a woman, we need man to be the head of as Bible says, the husband should be the head. So we have to have somebody who can handle us, who can control us. You know, you yourself as a woman, your personality, you have to submit to some level of person. You can't submit to a person who is lower than you. You have to have somebody top ahead of you. So as a woman, you have to have somebody and also you have to have some mentor in your life, like our bishop. If you have a problem, you can go and seek advice. You can get counseling, somebody to mentor your life, both of you. And also, main important thing is she God-fearing person? That's very important. You have to, if she's not God-fearing, she doesn't care about you. You know, she can go to any trap. She will fall into any worldly things if she's not God-fearing. So these things you have to put accountability when you choose between two. And you have to love. You have to love the person mostly. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So I think she has given us a very detailed explanation. So it's not, we'll come back. So we'll give opportunity to other people. You're adding. So, okay, Bismarck. Wait.
I'm just adding. Yeah. Hallelujah. I'm just going to add to what Pastor Matthew said. It's very important that I share this. I remember when I was dating my ex many years ago, and I remember God showing me the red flags, dreams upon dreams. I can count up to 5 to 6 red flags. God is showing me that no, if I go into it, I'll fall down. I remember being in a pit one time and she pushed me in it, and I said, God, no, she is the one. She is the one. I'm sure she is the one. A couple years, down the line, I heard, or I then came to find out that she's dating me and my friend at the same time. Yeah. Nah, and this friend as well. I remember every time I get paid, he will come and ask me for money. So then I did a calculation, and I knew that no, it was this lady who was my who was my girlfriend then is giving him the information that okay, for you to I remember when this friend of mine was going to Spain, I sponsored for his flights and everything. So I'm like, how? So every 2-3 months, But at the end of in kind of story short, I should have listened to God, to be honest, because God showed me maybe I was with there for 5 years. So I think for 3 years God was showing me that this is not the right direction. But I had it in my mind that no, she is the one. And when I married my wife, or when we were in a relationship, funny enough, my ex is my wife's friend's friend, and she confessed to her friend that when I know this guy. We went to the same school, we dated, and I made a mistake. I was dating him and his friend. So this red flag, 5 years ago when we started, that God was showing me, manifested when my wife herself said, my friend said, this is what your ex, said about you. So yeah, God, when we listen to God, we can always find answers.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we should start because time is so that whilst we are eating and whilst we are, so that we can also continue. Mr. Stan, please take your part so that your camera will still continue working.
Yeah, you'll get because while we are dating, while we are dating, she had a dream, so it was confirmed. So that's all happened, So when we're talking, she got a confirmation, isn't it? So that's main important. It's a God. Always give of God first. Everything will be wonderful after that.
Lady B, please, you go, then Auntie Barbara will also give her a massive experience.
I think those who wanted to hear the question, they have gone to. So, who wanted the answer?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Please, guys, please come. Please, I beg you. The food is coming, so please, all of you come. We have a lot and so many. So we all have massive and a lot to eat. Yes, it's good people don't complain. So we eat and when we are tired, we will go.
Hallelujah. For myself, so to answer Eric's question that he didn't ask, how do you choose between two? I think the truth is that, I've spoken to all of the youth sometimes, different scenarios and different, conversations. And what I picked, I had a conversation with somebody, I won't say who, and the person said to me that how the person was able to choose or saw some red flags is that they went to a certain place. I think they went out for a date for dinner. And I believe that these are little things that we have to do as well. If you're unsure or you're dating someone but you're not quite sure, you have to take into a different situation. Like children, different environments, they are different. At school, they are like this. At home, they are like this. It's just like our partners. You're on the phone, oh, I love you. Meanwhile, they're telling you this. They are just laying down watching TV. You think, oh, it's so romantic. Maybe they are just outside of their hallway just telling you some nice words. But when you're in the same environment with them. So my dear son over there told me this. He went on a date with a lady, okay? And he was just watching how she's treating the waiter, and this is a very good example because when you go to restaurants, foods can be delayed, right? Maybe they don't give you a seat on time, maybe the food can be burned, blah, blah. And how you see the person treating the people who are treating you it shows you how they're going to treat you when you mess up. So he knows himself, that's why he's looking. He told me this. He told me this, okay, that he went out and the person was shouting at the person, oh, what, the food is late. Where's the drink? Where's this? Where's that? And if this is the person that you are dating, then think about it in the future. How is it going to work for you? Yeah, but not even that. Someone is serving you. All of us, we've all been out to eat before, okay? So when we're eating, like myself, when I'm eating, I always try to tidy up, put the fork on the plate for the people who are coming to pick up. I don't know how everyone else does things. You don't purposely pour the ketchup on the table and stuff because someone has to clean it. That's the truth. So we treat things properly. So if you go to a restaurant with someone, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and you see that they are being very rude to the waiter, then you should know that when it's your time, it's not going to go well for you. So like myself, I like what Minister Cynthia was talking about, how she learned. Myself, I won't talk about myself and Bishop's because he's not here. But obviously, I've had partners in the past. And I was very independent from a very, very young age. Most of you know my story. I left home when I was 16. I've never actually gone back since then. So I really lived a long life being independent. And it worked out for me. Yeah, that's the truth. It worked out for me, but it doesn't mean it worked out for everybody else because I was mature from a young age. I was the oldest cousin, oldest child, so I was always looking after my siblings, my cousins, all children that come to our house. I have to look after them. I had a lot of responsibility, exactly. So I started working when I was 15. So, for me, I was fine. I moved into my first place at 18. You get it? So for me, I matured quite quickly. I was the type of person, I already had things in place, but it doesn't mean that, because I was mature myself, that I would find the right person that was mature. I've experienced some people, that's the truth, very immature. And for myself, I always liked to date someone who's older than me because I saw myself as a mature person with a bit more age, exactly. So you'll find someone who can be 5, 6 years older than you, and they're even 5 or 6 years younger than you mentally because they're still playing PlayStation or they're doing these things. Oh, sorry. You get it. Where you want to go out as a woman, you want to do this, you have these programs, and they are watching TV. Oh, and then there's people you have to remind to bath, all these little things that I don't like. Yeah, those are very immature. You won't wash your clothes, you haven't showered, you won't take off your outside clothes to come to the house. You get it. These are some little things that you mature as an adult, as a woman, because women mature differently to men, okay? Different stage of life, that's the truth. Women are a little bit more mature than men. Yes. So as a woman, you have to make sure that you take your time. It's very nice to look at tall, dark, and handsome men. That's how we like them. Perfect. And that was the truth. Myself as well, I had the same mentality. If you see Kamoya's dad, you think, wow, but, yeah. That's the looking, yeah? But that's the looking, but the mindset and everything else is just, is not okay, yeah? So, as time goes on, we experience different things. We get to know ourselves as well, what we like and what we don't like. Because before you think, okay, I'm just going for appearance, the person has to look like this, look like that. They can look perfect, but when you get closer, they even buff, they smell, there's different things. Oh God, you look closer, their teeth, you get it. So what you're looking at the outside, and then the inside now is coming out, the character, they buff once a week, the way they talk to they still live at home with their mom, you get it. These are little things that the outward is not always what's most important. And one thing about women is that we can look very nice. We can dress up ourselves very good. We know how to carry ourselves. We can be very fake. We don't just wear, the truth is, we don't just wear fake things, fake eyelash, fake hair, fake everything. We can also act very fake, let me tell you. Fake character, yes. We know it. We can be so nice. Oh, thank you, honey, baby. And then we are friends. Damn, man. It's the truth. Let me tell you, it's the truth. We know how to fake things, yeah? We know how to fake things, and we can talk about you behind your back too. We're waiting for your paycheck. Yes, all these stuff that you're saying is all very true. But follow God's lead, you'll really find the right person, and it all takes prayer, yeah? You're even now more worried what I've said. But it's true, you have to also know that, you have to also know is that everyone has a person out there for them. Myself, all of us, we have our soulmate, yeah? But it's about taking time to find them and also being patient with yourself. Don't be looking at the clock, oh my God, I'm 20, I'm this, I'm 25, I'm 30. Oh, time is running out. People are marrying at any age. Yeah? There's no age limit for marriage, and I believe that it's very important that we take our time. You don't want to make mistakes that people have made. Like for myself, like I said before, I've been a single mom, I've been engaged before. There's so many things I've done before. It doesn't mean that, when you go into a second time or third time, that it's not that it's the same. You have to have an open mind, okay? Because like women, all of us have had heartbreak before. Even the men have heartbreak. So then you think, they're all the same. This person's like that. Oh, and then sometimes it's you yourself. You have to change what you're looking for. Yeah, myself. I think if I even never came to this church, I wouldn't even know any African person, let alone marry an African person. That's it. That's the truth. Yeah. I never, and that was because my type was Jamaican. That's the truth. I wanted to stay with my type. You know, we have our type where we like this person Ghanaian, you like this, like that. Then when you broaden your search bar, then that's when you also find the person that you're looking for. I'm not saying that come out of your culture or your country, I didn't say that. But I'm just saying that when you also stop being so particular, allow God to lead you. Yeah, I came to this church for a reason, and then God had his own reason. Do you get it? Yes.
It's a jackpot too. Okay.
That's it.
So Auntie Barbara.
So
yes,
your question.
we are giving you the opportunity, Barbara.
Okay.
Share experience with us.
My experience in marriage, okay, actually, we started very young when we were going to school.
Yeah.
So if I calculate from the time we started up to now, if I add it up, it's about 40 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're 20 now, and we were very young. We were in the same environment, so we knew each other, and then because our dad, they were well off, so we came to know each other, and we were dancing together, competition. So we became, and then they knew us by, he was a footballer, so we were popular in our area.
Wow.
Yeah, we were popular. So anyway, we lost contact, and we came back together. When I traveled here, I heard from him. So it's like in marriage, you have to be like soulmates. We became soulmates when we got married. We knew each other. We even called each other Ata, Kakra and Ata, wow. You know. And what has kept my marriage, December was 20 years since we got married.
Fantastic.
Yes. We married the 25th of December. Yeah, we got married in wedding. 20 years.
Wow.
So adding everything together is about 40 years.
He didn't tell us. We didn't tell Auntie Barbara.
I put it on the WhatsApp. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
status.
I would have fined you. church fine.
So anyway, we've been soulmates, very, like we don't get into anyone's, business.
Yeah.
We are like friends with best friends. We don't like independent. That's what I would say. We are independent. I can say I'm going somewhere. I don't have to go with him. He has about 90% of girls, friends that he talk on the phone. I don't question him. Who are you talking to? I don't answer his phone. I stay in my lane. I can say anything. We can fight within few hours. We sort things out. Yeah. And then, sometimes I'll get upset, sleep in the lounge, and then you come and get me, even though we have fought. There are little things you have to do to spice your marriage. And a lot of people, I was going to a church before, I won't mention the church. Some girls, young girls, they are very young, they go to that church, they tell me, the way our marriage, they want to get married as well, because they see it as like friendship.
Friends,
it's not really marriage. Friends, everybody will be doing their own thing, but we were married people. So these young people that have come recently, they want to see your outer, like not bum, like you are in good job. You have to, share things together when you are married. Share responsibility, like Auntie Alfreda said. You have to share, and you have to be equal. Maybe one person's salary is a bit higher, so it will be more. But don't let the woman do everything because they have a good job. Try as much as possible. Let the woman know how much you earn, and then they can be able to support you in some ways. But if you say, I don't want to show you my salary in my bank account, then they will think that you are hiding something from them. So be friends, be compatible. Make sure that you are sharing, you are reading married books. Some pastors have written married books. They have gone through. Some people prayed. I'm not saying prayer is not good. Some people have prayed, but they went into bad marriages. Look at this lady who was a singer in Nigeria. The husband too was a pastor. Was it? Yeah, no, not Charlotte Drew. And then that lady, that Nigerian. Yeah. She also, she was beaten. She went through situations in her marriage, that Nigerian lady. If your husband is treating you bad, don't say because of God. I'm telling you, leave the marriage. Because sometimes there's nothing like, Frank said, you will marry a marine spirit. It might be somebody who is not your husband at all, came from a different world, came from a different planet, came and married you. They can stay with you 20 years. You will never know. They will be beating you. Leave the marriage. I'm telling you. I always joke with my husband and tell my husband, if we another world come, if God destroy this world and we have another world, I will not marry. And he will be laughing. To be honest, because cooking, they are so selfish. Some of them, you came from out together. Instead of you to do everything together, he will tell you you have to go to the kitchen. It's just the cooking. Responsibility, share the responsibility. Make sure you are sharing. The woman is tired, came back from work. Do your bits. She came, you want to wait. Oh, she's coming in 5 minutes. Let me wait for her to come and do the fufu for me. Do it. Even if you have to ask, oh, should I do yours? Because he came home before him. Do it for your woman. Let's share. And then the key thing is be friends. Be like your friend. You are talking to your friend. Don't be like so. And then one thing about me and my husband, we don't let gifting be like in the middle of our marriage. If it's my birthday and he doesn't buy for me, I don't grumble. And then if the gift, and then one day if he doesn't have the gift for you, that is when the quarrel will happen. So we give anyway. It's not because of my birthday, Valentine. If we don't give, you have to give special gifts. Give whenever. And if the occasion comes and you give, it's a bonus. But that is one thing I have sustained my marriage up to now. So
thank you very much. Auntie, you have to also give us a bit of experience. Yes.
Experience. Hey,
Yes.
I'm a virgin.
Experience or
I'm a
advice?
virgin when coming to experience of marriage or anything like that. Okay, actually,
Advise the young ones. Some are not married.
I had my first boyfriend at 21. And of course,
That is
he had also wait 2 years
years
before I
ago.
said, okay, you'll be my boyfriend. 2 whole years, because we were just, and then before that even, so we became very, very good friends. We were really good friends till the end, because he died last year. Well, yeah, last year he died. But we were really good friends. He married somebody else, but we always connected. And, but friendship is one of the best things before marriage.
Friendship.
Because if you can't be a friend with your husband or with your wife, then you're just marrying your mother figure or your father figure. Because you want them to be like your mother or like your father. The provider, the this, the that. They'll cook for you and wash for you. But with your friends, coming home at 12 o'clock or whatever, and you're home already. Okay, what it is we cooking today? Bam, bam. You set out, even if you can't even cook, but you set out all the thing on the table. I put it on the water, you're coming through the door just now. Okay, yeah. You understand? Right? Stick your onion bun in my eye, but say what? We're doing it because you know what? You're friends. You love each other, and you're friends with each other, and you want to help your friend because your best friend, you always help your best friend. I remember my first, after that boyfriend finished, he gone, and the next 2, I bounced up with 2 of them. 1 and 1. So imagine me. I didn't mind. I like the tall one. But...
The talls are winning, but they are failing at the end. Pastor Emma, you are winning, but you are failing at the end.
Yeah. So I had that situation where I had 2 people to choose from. And 2 people to choose from, 2 men. One tall, who was my kind of thing. Oh, they didn't have much money. Then I had the money. They didn't have much money. I had the money. Yeah. And so I had to choose between these 2 guys. I went home with one, and I said, checking out all the different situations. One was a mama's boy. I said, sorry. And one was a ladies' man. I said, bye. I left them both. Then I got one like my height. He said, it's Gentle Joseph. That was actually his name. I said, okay. So I said, my name Viola Joseph. Nah, that doesn't sound too great. But anyway, we dated. He took me out when I was 30, he took me out, first and only person who took me out to a restaurant. And we ate and drank. And I said, this is looking fine. But, oh Lord, what kind of baby we'll have? all these are the different things that a woman goes through a woman's mind. What height, what different things, you know. So I'm just giving you my experience and what as a woman. All right. So and then there was a situation. Okay, he said he loved me and things. I said, okay, no problem. One day I see a woman knocking on my door. He said, you leave me alone. I said, what?
Kaput
Leave me
also
man
trouble.
alone. I said, which man? He said, that one, that Tento. I said, really? I said, okay. I switch off that one, put here aside. One more come out. I was working and I signed, but then nobody again come up. He had 2 children already. No problem with me. That's okay. Life goes on. So he said, no, you're not with the mother anymore. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, we would go around for about 6 months. Next thing I see coming with a baby in hand. I said, excuse me, what happened?
Third one.
He said, this is my little daughter. I said, excuse me? I said, I didn't make that, right? So what happened here? He said, I'm so sorry. I said, really? He said, but the mother died. I said, really? I said, well, I just went. Bye. I said, Lord, you know me, I'm done with this thing. He said, you know, boyfriend again. And I left it like that. So this is me right now. But always remember, God is in the picture. Keep yourself. No, you want to be a good man, you keep yourself as a good man. Find out how to be a good man. Because there are some teachings that we grow up in certain ways when we watch what our father did. You know, you're not really a good man. But there are better men than good men. They're real. Everybody have their issues and the situations. Everybody have it. All of us. So learn something that will please God. Want to be a man that will please God. After God's own heart. So that you'll be a good husband, a good father, a good friend, a good person. The woman is the same thing. So we just keep searching. I like tall men. Satan will send a tall, sexy man. Ooh! And next thing the man beat my little. No, it's okay. It's okay. I will take the little short boy. You understand? It's okay. I know you can love me just so. Right? So, sometimes we want certain things, but it's not what is for us. And if God said, you talk to God, and he said, okay, whatever you want, I will give to you. You said you want a tall, handsome man. So Satan going to send one, Jesus will send one. Check which one it is. Have that seeing eye and hearing ear. Listen. People have families. When you marry somebody, you marry into their family. Their altars become your altar. Your altar become their altar. You have to know how to cover yourself and fight against, because that's why we're praying from now, that whatever wife, whatever husband we get, Father, we block their altars. We don't want their altars, because then you have their altar, your altar, and then your family altar coming together now. Real altars you'll have to deal with. So this is me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wow, that's a very good. Yes. Now everybody has spoken. We're still open to more questions. Whilst we are having.
Judge.
Oh, okay. Let it go. Go
Okay,
around.
then
Go around. Don't
from
worry.
Lady then.
Not me now.
I just want to talk about those who was talking about, is it
Yeah,
Nash?
we are still going around. Whilst we are eating, we
Is
are
it-
going
is it
round,
Nash?
and round.
You know, one of the things that we have to remember is that people change, okay?
Yes.
Especially ladies ourselves, you know, sometimes we eat a lot Our body goes up and down, especially after childbirth, or even doesn't need to be childbirth. It could be a traumatic time. You know, you experience depression. So many different things women go through, okay? And your body changes. Same with men. You had 6-pack, then all of a sudden he's got pot belly.
1 pack.
It's not even 1 pack, it's just one big thing. It's just 10 kg of rice in front of his belly. You get it. So, yes, it's the truth. And the same with women. You know, all of a sudden our belly was flat before, and the next they're big. They don't have to have kids. You just notice a change in their diet, also how active they are. You know, now they become relaxed. One thing you see is that husband and wife, they get relaxed, okay? It's complacent. You're familiar with the person now. No need to... I have a friend, okay? What she used to do is that her and her partner, when they started living together, she'll wake up first before him, quickly go and do her makeup, then lay back on the bed. So, can you imagine, every day you have to wake up early just to lay back, and then you get up together, oh, hi, good morning. Hi. She used to get up and brush her teeth quickly as well. All this stuff. And then when you have a child now, or even after, no, I think she said after 1 year, you just get tired and you forget. Yeah? The pillow is covered in makeup, and you forget. And then all of a sudden, it's like you have an act going on for so long. You're covering up your true identity, and it just gets too much. You know, just be real with the person, and also be understanding. Men have to be very understanding with women. Women change. I just want to let you know. I'm sure Pastor Edwin, you can agree with me. Women change, and I need you to accept, like, you know, you can put on weight and you get stretch marks on your body. Men also get stretch marks. Look at when they get the 6-packs. What's this one? Yes. Whatever. Yes, men also get stretch marks. It's true. You know, and we have to also accept it, right? You can't say, oh, when I married you, it was like this. Now you've changed. Let's go. You have to stick with it. And you work to motivate the person as well. You know, in a nice way. Oh, honey, darling, I think, you know, let's eat some more salad.
Much. Reduce it.
In a nice way, you know. And also, let her feel free to say it to you as well, you know, honey, I don't like, you know, this hair, or you know, I think when it's down, you know, have that openness with each other, and also just have that understanding that things are not going to look like this forever. You're talking about, you like, oh, is he gone? He likes a big bomb. We get it. Oh, you are there. You like big bomb, yeah? After some time, it's going to reduce. You know, before you know it, it's like iron board. You don't know. So just have it in mind. Accept it, okay? This looks good now. But and also, like I said, remember, the outward looking is lovely, but how long is it going to last? So it's about the inside, you know? You have to also bear that in mind. Okay, I'm going to pass over to our brother George. I can see he's itching. Thank you.
Georgia, ask your questions.
There is something that I want to say, I want to talk about. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but...
You are right. You are at the right place at the right time.
But, you know, God created us with mind. He gave us brains to use. So, I believe when you are choosing a partner, God is expecting you to use your brain first before you come to him. Because he won't choose a partner for you, and when something pops up, you come and blame him. So I believe when you are choosing a partner, you have to use your brain. You have to assess the person. Yeah, you have to know if this lady is going to flow with me or not. Me, for instance, I met Maya at the university. We've been dating for like 10 years. Yeah. And I feel she's the one. And if I have any problem with her, I think I'm supposed to solve it with her before I go to ask something from God. That is why God gave me the brain. So I believe we all have brains for that. God gave us the brain for that. You choose, then you pray over it, and I think if it's the right person, you just go straight to the point, and that is what I want to say.
Thank you very much. Henry, ask your question. Give it to Henry. Okay, ask your experience. Something. Just say something. Maybe somebody has done something, or something you've seen a red flag. Anything we see before. No, anything, BBR. Maybe the person has red flag or confused, or we are just learning. Somebody is finding it difficult to choose between two ladies. Somebody want big bottles. Everybody is asking their questions. From your anything.
Basically,
Yes.
it's not about the Nash and everything, but if I'm gonna choose a woman, the woman is gonna, she has to be very respectful. If you respect me, that means you love me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my own. And you
Okay.
have to be God-fearing as well.
Yes. So he want Henry. Henry looks for respect. So to also talk about Henry's point, respect is reciprocal. If you give respect, you earn respect. If you don't give respect, you wouldn't earn respect. KG, am I right? Respect is you earn it and you also give it. Exactly. So whilst you are eating, prepare your questions. Okay, thank you. So we give respect and we demand respect back. But never expect respect in return if you don't give respect as an input. Because relationship at a bit or as part of it, disrespect comes in. And the magnitude of disrespect determines or is being based on the magnitude of issue that popped up. And how you deal with the issue will express the extent of the disrespect. For instance, if an issue, a no-go area is to involve my parents. No-go area to involve my parents. Let us deal with the situation. Once you involve my family or my parents, it becomes another level for me. I will escalate it to the peak that you can never control it. And my wife can tell me, 200 years, I don't forget. About time, date, and event, I don't forget. Especially when it gets to that point, she knows. And I'll make sure I'll emphasize on it for 10 years. I'm that type. So me, I'll tell you, I tick all my boxes. This, I don't like. And you don't go there. It's an area. So once you start going to that area, even when I'm sleeping, I'll wake up. I'll tell you first one, put a stop to that part. Break there. Don't even dare go 1 inch and you back off. Because I've gone out of a relationship, couple of them, because of that. That's it. I just walked up. That same day, my father's apartment, my father's house, that same day, I didn't say anything, I just kept quiet. And I said to the lady, that's it. I said, when you step foot out of this place, the last day, and the last minute, and the last hour, you are stepping foot into this house is today. And believe in me and believe in my words. If you step foot over here, may heaven and earth never prosper you and prosper me. For coming back, she walked out. That was it. And for like 25 years now, she didn't cross my line. When I see her, till today, anytime I see her like a demon. Like that's how heavy she is at my side. Like she has cut every link and cut everything. That is the area that I don't want anybody or my relationship to even cut across at all. So my partner will never even dare to go there. That is it. Because me that you have the opportunity today to marry as a husband, somebody looked after me, somebody raised me, and made me the person that you are calling your husband and you cherish. So why wouldn't you respect those people? Yes. So I have to also respect your family maximally. So when my wife, when she's talking to her siblings and stuff, even when I'm sitting there, I'll just go. Deal with your family issues. When you ask for my opinion on the issue, then I try to come in. So when I'm dealing with my own, don't. When you start putting your mouth into my own, maybe I'm sending my parents maybe £1,000 or £2,000, and maybe you need £200 for your hair, and I didn't give you, but I'm sending my parents £200 or £1,000 and stuff. Because you are there, if you don't know, it's fine. But once the person is there, they will know an issue pops up. So me, her own, I don't go. But sometimes when the emails come, after transferring the money and the emails come, I'm able to access her email. Then I see, and I'm like, oh, you are doing well, oh. Yes. Even when I want to complain, I say it in a nice way that she doesn't even capture the revelation. Also, you are doing well. You are doing well for supporting your family, but always make sure that once you are supporting, you have enough to also spare for a bad weather. You see, then I have my nice way of putting it. Then we leave it there. You see, yes, K. Mm-hmm. Yeah, give him the mic.
I'm just saying, as a man, does age matter when you are a man, you're in a relationship with, a woman that is way beyond your age? Does that matter? Not me, I'm just curious.
Okay, understand.
Asking.
This is a very good question for me. In this question, I asked this question in 2011. That same question, I remember, the man of God used. No, yeah, we'll tidy up the chairs. A man of God came, he used an example about Tamar in the Bible to give me that example. I was with a lady, she was like 3-5 years older than me. Because I was like intellectually higher than her, so I saw she's in the UK. I saw no difference in the age as a thing. But not knowing, the lady was seeing the age as an issue. Because anytime she's going wrong and I try to correct, I'm the person who likes, I'm strict, to correct people. Especially when you're my partner, I don't know. So anytime I'm trying to correct her, sometimes she finds it difficult to accept, but she accepts because she has a bit of fear and respect for me. But truly in her heart, it doesn't sink well for her. So it gets to a point, one time she comes out of the blue and so I've started seeing those flags and those things, and she will prefer a person who is a man who is older than her being older than, that is her preferred choice. But because of our path crossed at a point, and something led to something, so she found out, no, she doesn't want to leave, or when she leaves, then she's leaving into another relationship. I think that was because one time she came to my apartment to clean up the place for me. I came back from work. I used to have a motorbike. So I parked the bike downstairs. I didn't bring it up to the flat. So I left it down, and I said, let me walk. Whilst I was walking, came through, then I walked to the window, and I stood at the back of the window, and I overheard her talking to a man. The man was in the UK, by then she was in Ghana. They're talking to a man, and she was so excited. She was talking and stuff, talking about experience and everything. I didn't ask her anything. So I went back downstairs. I didn't know, and I brought my bike again and made that noise so she ended the call. And I just wrote it down somewhere and in my mind too. So when I got the opportunity like that, I asked the man of God, during a moment like this, is it good? And the man of God said to me, there's no issue with marrying a woman older than you or you being younger than the woman. But number two, does the woman understand that she's older than you and the responsibility of a man, or the power or the authority that God has given to a man? And is she ready to submit to that authority? Point 2. And point 3, have you considered the circumstance or the situation and the look of the person? Because women age faster than men. If you consider that, there are some women, they are 80 years, but they look like 12. You have to understand. And there are some women too, they are 16, but you see them like 20-something. You have to also understand. So putting all these factors together, if it fits or it goes in your consideration, go for it. But to him, he will always advise that to him, go for somebody your age or you are much younger. The man is a bit younger than, because of how women age quickly. He gave me that advice. So I got the opportunity to ask the lady, let's be honest to ourselves. You need to know women, they want to, like Lady B said, they can give you fake. Oh, she was, and because she was getting, that time, I was working in MVP Rig Supporters. It's a vessel. And I was earning like $150 a week. You can imagine. And when I come down to, I was coming with drinks and stuff. So she was enjoying what she was getting. So she was, I'm coming, KB. So she was a bit excited about those moments and the money she was getting from me. So I asked her, let's be honest, let's be frank, and blah, 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 blah. She's okay and stuff. And then I came back, I said, I heard you. talking to this person. Now she came out of her shell. And she would have preferred somebody who is much older than her and stuff like this. So I said to myself, okay, now also use it to my advantage. Whilst I've not found somebody immediate, I'll be using it to quench my thirst. Once, yes, because I thought she used me. Yes, let me also use her to get what I want. Yes. So whilst we're going on that, we are also looking. Now I got to a point, the same lady showed a character that I didn't even like. She pulled up another character that was so ugly. She passed by my house. I knew you were coming, like you were going to like town center, and I live here. You said you want to maybe drive through and go. I said fine. When she came, women have a way of smelling. When a woman enters your room, women, they are like security dogs at Heathrow. She came with her nose, trying to smell ladies' perfume. But the point is, my cousin came for wedding in the area, so she came to change herself in the house. So she changed herself actually. She used a mirror in my room because there was a bigger mirror by then. So she used it, the one on the wardrobe, in my room. And I had a staff there because if I know my girlfriend is coming and a lady girlfriend, there are many rooms in the house. Tidy up her things, hide it somewhere. So why did I leave it there? But I was praying to God that, God, now this thing has gotten to a point that I want God to break her out. Because, you know, some relations you cannot work out if something doesn't happen. I wanted to break out. This lady that want to break out. But that day, God heard my prayer. When she saw that, she didn't ask me anything. She started talking, and she went into my family line. That was what helped me. That was the day I said no. Now she has hit the button. She went out. You see, so yes, I said to myself, so help me God. Along the line, not long ago, then I picked up my senses and I started looking around and I came across my wife. You see? So I was scanned. So, KB, the age is dicey. But as young as you are now, look around your limit. Ask your next question.
Is any older woman?
Yes. The second I want to ask is because I really want to. I want to take it there because is something that it happens a lot.
Yeah,
so as a Christian, if you find somebody you're going to marry and you're with somebody you're going to marry, is fornication with the person you're going to marry and be with for the rest of your life before marriage, is it a sin?
So sin is sin. I say to people, sin is sin. If you fornicate, or okay, let me not even put the one. If you sleep, you have sexual affair with somebody you are not married to, whether we are going to marry or you are not going to marry or whatever, you have an affair with a person, it's sin. There's no substitute for sin. If I insult you that KB and I mean it seriously, you are mad. It's sin. Sin is sin. If you don't mean it, the word is sin is sin. We have a jargon like jokes that we say, like the fancy people say, why do you need to like just a joking one. That is like, but sin is sin. The point is,